Hello, hello, hello. I'm Assembly, cyberware on the internet, playing from old retro games to the newest VR games. And today, we are cooking. We are producing some sushi today, I've decided. And not everything's looking 100% perfect today. Well, we'll manage, I suppose. Can I? That guy? Oh, never mind. Well, yeah, today is one of those days where I had stuff to do, and there's not gonna be VR today. Instead, we are going to cook some nice little snack, and it's gonna be sushi. So I've prepared the rice. I had to make sure I get some clearance on what the actual amount of rice is. So yeah, I prepared that beforehand. You're supposed to have like this swimming in water basically, so I'll have to grab another measuring cup. But yeah, we'll just basically go right in. Really, there's not a lot to do today. Uh, Basically, I can talk about my day if anybody wants to hear about that. But we'll do that while I prepare, while I cook. I'm not 100% done with preparations yet, but that is fine, I guess. We have our little setup. My microphone is right here. It's right next to the heating plate, which I might be able to get here. Not really. Without destroying all my setup, maybe I can. There's the heating plate, basically. I can't really like move everything without like destroying some camera setup, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll just have a nice little cooking today, and we'll start with cooking the rice. We need to put all of this in our trusty little pan with a little bit of water. So I'll grab a little bit of water for the rice right now, because this will take basically the most time. It's gonna be like 15 minutes in there, and we're gonna wait for the whole thing to cook for at least 15 minutes, and then we'll have to wait for a few minutes to let it cool down before we can do anything with that. But we'll do that, and while we do that, I'll talk a little bit about what we will do otherwise. So let me quickly. So according to what is printed on the rice package, about 2 cups of this, which is about this amount. Let me check something. Yeah, okay. Should be good. Should be fine. Yeah, I hope everything is working properly. It's always so hard to like make sure everything is like fine when it's not like a default gaming stream. But yeah, we have the rice, and as you can see, it's swimming pretty well. So we'll put that on the plate, which we will now put on 15 minutes. Now this is a induction plate that has a little bit of can you hear the beeping, by the way? You can, okay. Yeah. Sorry if that is an annoying noise. You won't hear it like too much, I think. Like now it's already done. Like there's gonna be one more beeping in 15 minutes when the rice is done. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be doing nothing basically, which leaves us with the very nice task of preparing the other ingredients. So while we do that, I can tell you a little bit about what I did today. Uh, but first of all, let's get some snack stuff here. We got some uh cucumber. That's the word. We got some cucumber. We also got some tuna and my favorite salmon. Uh, if there was some kind of oh, I should have gotten sashimi now that I think about it. God damn it. I forgot to get that. Well, now it's too late. Well, technically it's not too late. I could technically just run to the store, but that would defeat the whole purpose of the stream. Um, I could have gotten sashimi. My favorite sushi is ika nigiri, which is like the squid one. Unfortunately, I don't prepare like squid. There's not really any way to prepare squid in a like private setting like this, I think, except if you're like really passionate about this stuff. But yeah, we'll handle. Like we have three choices here. We got a vegan option as well, so we'll work with that. Uh, I'll for the cucumber I'll grab a little. Because there's not really a lot to prepare, honestly. We have the nori leaves, which I will roughly, yeah, like this can be like taken roughly around the around this part. Like basically the nori leaves, like the actual leaves, are slightly shorter than the little cutting board, which is fine. We might be using the ends of this cucumber for later. Might be. And what we kind of want to do now, you can, if you're not like familiar with how to cut this, I think I'll cut this like this myself. You can basically like cut the cucumber in half at this point again, and you might want to, because you're gonna make stripes, right? Like you're gonna make small kind of stripes. Oh, I also forgot something. Forgot to put the lid on the rice. The whole water is escaping. That's not good. How long was that? Was it like 3 minutes? That doesn't matter. Yeah, I forgot to put the lid on the pot. That's not good. But it's not bad yet. So we'll just work with the rest of the cucumber for now. So technically, what you can do and already call it a day if you're lazy, you can just go this, like putting two of these together would already be enough in most cases. If you want to go fancy, which you might want to, you can also cut off another edge, kind of like this. Like if you want to make it like these square, like the weird square that you usually get in sushi, you can slightly work your way like this and make it like square, however you need it. Oh. So that at some point you're getting like this kind of square. You might want to, because deceivingly enough, the amount of space you will be working with is pretty small. Like the amount of ingredient space inside the nori. It will be pretty small. So you want to kind of see that you get like the most out of everything here. Most space efficient part. Let's keep that for later. So this is already like a good size. And I guess you can go like a lot shorter, like this. Well, yeah, that should be enough for now. While we're at it, the rice is cooking fine. I'll prepare one more of these sticks. We'll grab another one of these and prepare it like samey. This time we'll just go right ahead and take like a little bit more out of it. There we go. That's like already enough. And that will like fill out the whole sushi. The rest I'll stop for later for now. If anyone ever told you that cheese belongs in a sushi roll, it does not really, but if you enjoy what you enjoy, these are just ingredients that I chose because I like them really like a lot. So if you have like other preferences, absolutely go ahead and like do your preferences like you need to, like you want to. But this is what we are working with. We're gonna open up the tuna. I'll put out the juices in the sink. I'll put the juices in the sink. I don't really use them. You could technically use them in different ways. I don't have any acute way to use the juice, so I'll be sifting this in the sink. I'll be right back. One thing, if you don't have a sieve, you can just open up the can like this and hold it like over the sink. Because if you just have it like this, most of the tuna will not like squirt out. And then you can hold it over the sink, turn it around. I won't turn it around right now because it will sift a little juice on my table, which I don't want. And then you can just press down the top a few times, and it will release all the juice that is in there without losing a lot of the tuna. Like there's not even a knife tip, like not even that amount will be in your sink after doing it like that. If you don't have a sieve, or if you don't want to clean your sieve because you're not planning on using it. So that's how you can do that, and it's a pretty nifty way to just not need any additional utensils. So you might want to use that trick in the future, however you want. Now, while we wait for the rice, which still has 6 minutes on it, and then we still need to wait for it to go like down temperature-wise, I'll move a lot of the stuff around it for now. We make sure that we are prepared. I don't need the knife anymore, so I'll clean it immediately. This would be a lot more interesting if I had a proper kitchen, because you could see me doing stuff in the sink and stuff. But we'll have to do it like this for now. I'll put these ones down here as well. While we're at it, we can start opening up the nori leaves, which require a little scissor. These aren't the scissors I usually use. I usually have like bigger scissors, but I'm too lazy to get them right now. These are technically the scissors that I use to open up mail and stuff. There we go. Don't need that anymore. Put the scissors back. Now, it is recommended because these nori leaves, they are pretty thin, right? Like you can see through them, kind of. So you have to remember these are extremely thin, and it is recommended to use two. I will attempt to use one for first attempt, but yeah, if it's like unbearably bad, if it's just this, if the nori leaves are just dying in my hands for no reason, I will switch to using two nori leaves. Apparently, Nito can barely believe it. A fish dish by a bear. It's got salmon, by the way. We're gonna make salmon sushi. So the bear is in his element. Let me get something here. Yes, I am making it up for the entire class. Let me give you a shout out, actually. Oops. There we go. Get some stuff out right now at this moment. But yeah, let me give you a shout out. How you doing? Hope your weekend is going as well as mine. Yeah, we'll make enough for the whole class, definitely. We'll be looking forward to the sushi. Absolutely. I myself, most of the sushi I will be packing for tomorrow. This is not raw fish, so since it's not raw, I can store it for like 3 days before it goes bad. So we will do that. We will store like most of the sushi for tomorrow, because I had a lot of pizza an hour ago. About an hour ago, I was still at my parents, and my dad made pizza, and I'm not used to eating that much anymore, which is a good thing, actually. But yeah, I was like almost done with the pizza. I still have one piece left that I still need to eat. I'll eat it tomorrow. I don't wanna destroy my stomach. That wouldn't be a good idea. Appreciate that you're not mixing and matching those two. Which two? The raw fish, or which one? Weekend is generally speaking going nice. Probably getting some Thai snack on Sunday. Hell yeah! Sushi and pizza. Oh yeah, pit sushi. Absolutely. Like getting some sushi on your pizza, like a lunatic. Although I have to say, I've heard worse. Like sushi, at least is like, yeah, there's like 2 grains. Also, our rice is done. We'll just need 10 more minutes for it to cool down. While it does that, I will just put it on display real quick. Let's see. So here's our sushi. Oh no. I think there was a little bit too little. I think there might have been too little water in there. Like the recommended amount. I don't think the recommended amount is enough. That seems to be a little rough here. Okay. I think we can salvage this. Like, this is not bad. Like, it's golden brown. It's not burned. We'll get that out of there. But that was a little bit not that great. Chocolate pizza. Oh yeah, the Dr. Edgar chocolate pizza. That still has one of my favorite treats attributed to it. At least the meme. Or the infamous pizza burger. Oh, pizza burger? I'll show you something more cursed if you want to. I have a very, very cursed thing. Let me get it out. There's some very cursed stuff that I have. Is it in my memes folder still? Do I still have it in my memes folder? No, I have to like get it out in a moment. I'll show you something. While we wait for the rice to cool down, I'll show you something from my memes, which might disturb some people, but let's see, where is it? Is it in pics and the memes? Where is it? Is it miscellaneous? The Asian recommended amount is the first knuckle of the index finger when you touch the surface of the rinsed rice. Yes, indeed. This one just isn't enough. Where's my pizza? Oh, is it like? Did I not like save it correctly? Oh, there it is. Let me grab it. Let me grab it real quick. Memes. Put it in there. There it is. Let me get it out. Oops, wrong scene. No, I don't want to delete things permanently. I wanted to get back here. And let's get out of the studio mode. And I present to you the burger pizza. This is an abomination. That is a margarita pizza crossed with hamburgers from McDonald's. To be fair, I'd say the name Schokodöner does enough damage already. It truly does, yeah. Though I do like the look of the cheese variant. Not the type of burger pizza I imagined, I'll be honest. Yeah. I don't think anybody has ever imagined this. And honestly, I mean, it's not my worst creation, but it's definitely up there. So if you're ever interested in the stuff that I was up to when I was 13, that is like one of the things that I did when I was like 13. So yeah, hope you're not too disturbed by this. Meanwhile, I'll try to grab the rice out of the pot if possible. Because one of the things that is most important when cooking is knowing when to improvise and how to improvise. I mean, I think it beats having all the burger ingredients on the pizza. Yeah, I guess. It's like kind of cursed because it has like multiple, how do you call it? Like multiple grains. Like usually if you have like a meal, usually you don't mix grains. Like potato and rice, you usually don't serve these together. As well as you don't usually serve together noodles and rice. You usually don't serve together rice and potato and rice and noodles and potato. Like you usually don't do that, right? And bread is like one of them. Like you don't usually serve bread with noodles or bread with potatoes or bread with rice. That is just very uncommon to serve these things together, and that is basically the only reason why I think sushi on pizza is kind of weird. Otherwise, like sushi ingredients on pizza really are not the worst. Like they are basically frutti di mare. Cursed from a carb standpoint, maybe a bit dry. Yeah, definitely, definitely, exactly. uh, right. I wanted to grab my trusty spatula. My trusty spatula. Oh no, that is like even more cursed. That is not how that should behave. I'm scared. This is not how that should behave. Oh no. Um. Yeah. We will be able to work with that. I think we might be able to work with that. I will make that work. I think this will be some slightly unconventional sushi. It's not burnt, which is nice. But to imagine, right? They told me they tell you on this packaging, they tell you where is it? It's kind of ripped up now. But they tell you on this packaging, you might be able to read it. Not like this. Is it readable? I don't think so. I don't think I can make it readable. Or can I? Well, basically they tell you to take 1 cup of rice and 1.5 cup of water. I put 2 cups of water in there. Like, that's not good. That's not how that should work. Like, if I put too much water into this, imagine I put like the exact amount, then we would have a problem, I think. Yeah, I'll put that in the sink for now to make sure that this doesn't like stay in there. Also, one of the things you should definitely do very early on, and if you don't do it already, like start learning it. If you cook, while you're cooking, make sure to clean the stuff you're cooking while you're cooking. If you don't need it anymore, go and clean it. That is like one of the most important things you can do. Now, this would be a lot more fun if I was able to film where my sink is. Unfortunately, there's literally no way to do that for me at the moment. But with this, I think we might be able to work a lot better with the rice. We are like about 10 minutes from the time the rice was done cooking. So, excuse me. Uh, what did you write in the meantime? This has the consistency of a different rice-based dish. Yeah. Tardik, which is Persian crunchy rice. Oh, yeah. No, this is definitely like some kind of fried rice. It's definitely not shrimp fried rice because I am not a shrimp, despite your fan art. I am not officially a shrimp, so this is not shrimp fried rice. By the way, can I show your art on stream? I don't like you didn't give me explicit permission for that, so but I would love to show it. Cleaning while cooking or more en plan is very important. Yeah, not officially at least. Sure, do with it what you want. I see. I see. So let's put that shrimp. Let's put that shrimp on the stream. I remember. Did I put it in the avatars? I did not. Did not put it in the avatars. Where did I put it? The assets? assets. The moment it's not in the assets. Where did I put it? I definitely downloaded it. Well, I know it's still in Discord somewhere, so I'll just grab it again from Discord. Oh no, I think it's in downloads ordner. Uh, well, I'll just grab it. Yeah. Oh, not a new group. That's not what I wanted. Did they change the layout? Oh, this was I was not able to see the I was not able to find your profile pic. Did you change it? There we go. Oh, that's a big one. Let me transform that real quick. Uh, to screen, please. There we go. That is shrimp Sammy. That is shrimp fried rice now. This shrimp fried this rice, my friends. This is the shrimp fried rice. I was also contemplating going back to it, adding a chef hat and a wok. That would be amazing. But yeah, this is now the shrimp that fried the rice. He's responsible for how that looks. So yeah, we'll be able to add this to the nori leaves now. Now I will like try to make it in a way that it's usually you would want to have like the rice in a way that allows you to easily fold the nori leaf later on, which this one does not. It kind of allows for it. Like it's not bad. The crunchy parts might be in the way a little bit, but this should in general like work out. It should be fine. I'm pretty sure. Now make sure to not overdo it in the length. Like keep a little bit of space on the edges. That will ensure that you can kind of go for this a little bit easier. The rice is sticky, so if you're not really into feeling sticky rice, I recommend like using like food grade gloves. Make sure they are food grade because there are definitely not food grade gloves. There's some gloves out there that you don't want to have in your food. So, and in general, don't eat the gloves as well. I'm sure you did not think about that, but definitely do not eat the gloves themselves, and do not put them in the food to eat later. That is also not very healthy. But with that, we will be able to have a little bit. Yeah, this could be better, could be worse. We'll just take the. Whoops. Take the. Let's see, cucumber like this, maybe? Does that work? Does that work out? It helps to kind of press the rice with them a little bit. That actually might help to distribute everything better and give the rice a little bit better texture. Okay. Yeah, this could be working out better a little bit. Let me add a little bit to the ends here. Don't underestimate how thick the rice will be at the end. Like the rice is actually kind of spacious. It's going to take a lot of space. So you might want to make sure that there's You know what? Let me cut that real quick. Knife. Easy peasy. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And if you ever have too much material, you can always just use the good old the good old trick of making it vanish very instantaneously. Alrighty. I think this should be fine now. Okay. Yeah, that's the base, basically. And now, how you want to start? You want to take like a big leap, like about 1/3 like this. This is your start. Then you kind of fold in the nori leaf, and then you roll up the rest, basically. While you do that, you try to kind of flatten it out a little bit. Not too big, not too much. Sometimes the nori leaves break, which is why it's recommended to use multiple nori leaves for one roll. But this one is doing pretty well, so I think we are fine. Now, what you can do, because this one is not, like we have a little bit of an overhang here that is not really fusing to the underside. You can use a little bit of water for that. Or you can just leave it like this. That's also like valid. But also one trick, if your rice is more sticky than that, you can like kind of glue it together with the rice itself. I'll get some water. I'll get a little bit of water. If you're very fancy, you can use sake to glue that together. But basically, I gotta do that quickly, actually. I might have already kind of messed up. I'll just glue it like this, I think. I might have messed that one up. I might have messed that up. Oh, might still be working. Add a little bit more here. And make sure that we press it down really good. You are, like, if you use too much water, it will dissolve. If you use too little, it won't stick properly, which is the main challenge of this. But yeah, it's kind of sticking. Nope, I opened it up again. Now the rice that I tried to use to fuse it is kind of in the way. um, come on. Just need you to stick. It's like paper mache, basically. Like you kind of wanted to stick together like paper mache a little bit. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'll leave it for a moment. I'll just let it go. Mm. But yeah, if you have trouble with no reliefs not sticking properly, a little bit, tiny bit, like a drop of water will be able to make it stick properly, as you can see. Like it's, I might have used too little. But anyways, I'll continue, because this is not the important part, really. I'll grab my knife again. Really quick. Now, if you have a good knife, a really good knife will be able to just go ahead and drop whenever we cut through one of the partitions. And you usually will be able to make like 4 good like sushi parts. This one is a little bit weird, but in general it kind of works. So basically, for some reason this is not optimal. I can't really say why. I think I need to properly. You can also go for the old hack, like just hack it down. But this one is a little bit. This for some reason my knife is dull. Like I sharpened it like a few weeks ago. I might need to sharpen it again. Yeah, it's like not proper, unfortunately. Let me grab the other knife really quick. Let me clean this for now. Say hello to the big knife. The big cooking knife. That's not good. That's... No! I want to close the chat. That was not what I wanted. Also, I did it again. I did not see that you had a streak. I did not recognize the streak again. Thank you for the 7 stream streak, Nito. I'm so sorry that that I keep just ignoring it, or not really ignoring it, but like I keep not seeing it. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this is a lot better. This knife is a lot sharper. As you might be able to see, it's still the consistency of the nori leaves is kind of ass, I think. But yeah, that's some sushi there, right there. Some sushi right there. We'll just arrange it nicely on a little plate here. The rice also might be the reason. Like it might be not a good idea that this is like done with some crunchy rice. No worries, same as before. I don't mind. I want to do better, though. I really want to do better. It's like one of these things where I'm more angry at myself than I expect people to be angry with me, kind of. Because it's like it should be easy, right? It should be easy to just look at the activity feed that is open at all times for me. But I still keep like overlooking it for some reason. I might need to just make it bigger, or make like one big like activity feed window like I do with chat, kind of. But anyways, that is the nori leaf with cucumber. I want to grab a little bit to drink for a moment. There we go. Otherwise, I might overheat a little bit. But yeah, we'll grab more of the fried rice that definitely this shrimp made, and we'll go ahead and make some nigiris, which is not the only giri, which is also a nigiri, but it's big. What we kind of want is the typical nigiri that you see like in restaurants, the small type of hand rolled kind of thing that you just lay some sushi on top of, and then just yeah, this rice might not be sticky enough for that though. But basically what you can do is just make a little shape in your hand and just kind of crush it, right? If you want to, you can hold it like this, like hold it like a shovel, like if you're scooping something. Put your fingers like this and then roll it. That is one way to do it. And then keep rolling it like this. And then at some point you decide you are done. And you have kind of the ones that you have in restaurants. So that is basically the nigiri type. You can definitely use some nori leaf as well to like make a little turn there. Usually got my entire OBS open, preview chat and activity feed. Yeah, the onigiri isn't the only giri there is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I do have like I will. Do I risk doxing myself? I don't. I will. I might be sharing a photo of my setup later. But basically, imagine it like this. I have 5 screens. I have one with my OBS with preview. I have one for the whole like Twitch. Like I have a I think if you ever watched like a Fillion stream, like Fillion has a pretty similar setup than I have, or I have a pretty similar setup than Fillion. Fillion was first, I think. I didn't orient my like I didn't make my layout after Fillion's, but Fillion's was definitely first. So I have that, and then there's a screen that is like vertically where my 2 chats, my YouTube chat and my Twitch chat is on. That is my setup. So many screens, yeah. To be fair, I probably also want to at least 1 or 2 more screens. Yeah. I will tell you right now, I still want more screens. Like there are days where I think to myself, if I had only 1 more screen, then I could do this. And it's like literally, I could just partition my stuff better. But having OBS on a full screen with nothing to obstruct it, with all my audio mixer scenes and sources and stuff, like that is heavenly. Like having everything on screen in a nice size, it feels so rewarding. And I have like 3 things that I need that for, and then I have like a 4th final screen basically. And sometimes I feel like, damn, if I had only 1 more screen, I could add a lot of other stuff, like because sometimes I have stuff that is on that screen as well. I could maybe use another screen. You still want more screens? Your biblical level of screen grease gets me. I'm so sorry. But it is true. Sometimes I feel like I need more screens. Like it would be so good. It would feel so good to have like another screen where just my VTube studio is on. I am I am so sorry. But it's just I could have another screen, you know? I could just have more. All right, let's add the final touch on this nigiri. Some nice salmon, which is what is it actually? It's one locally sourced, I think. Kind of. Oh, is there anything that I should be aware of? Nope. I can technically just show this. But yeah, it's smoked salmon. It's not raw salmon. And basically there's a QR code that you can scan if you want to find out where that is kind of from. But other than that, that's just your average everyday salmon, smoked. Excuse me, smoked salmon. Boris, it's funny. Yeah, I hope so. It is technically a waste of if they weren't like really energy efficient screens, then I would also be worried. But they are like the most like energy efficient screens that I could get. And I have one gaming screen that is not on most of the time that is actually like using a good amount of power. All the other screens are pretty eco-friendly. So I'm not too worried that there's like someone out there who's actually like annoyed by that. But yeah, you gotta be careful with those. And you always want more. There's always something that you could improve, basically. Uh, let me quickly grab the final ingredient for this one. Because I've already opened the tuna, I will have to definitely make the tuna roll as well. But for right now, I just need the smoked salmon. Basically, you can... Oh, what's this? I think... Ah, it's just some skin, some salmon skin. That's fine. I don't care. I thought it was like aluminum, but this is just a little bit of salmon skin. Which I don't mind. That's fine. I don't care. But basically, you just cut your little salmon as much as you want. Wow, this knife. There you go. And then you have your little nice store ready sushi, basically. Like I was not really aware that you can do that like that, because I always thought like, yeah, obviously sushi needs to be raw, right? Well, it does not need to be, actually. It's not 100% necessary to do that. So you can actually just, oops, you can actually just make your sushi like that. It's not that deep. Now that I have this, I will have to make a lot more tomorrow. But that's fine. I'll just make a lot more tomorrow. I'll just put this back in the fridge for now. Make sure it does rot. So that's in the fridge now. Yeah, now to the final. How do I want to do this? First of all, I need to remove this one. Second of all, I need another nori leaf. Third of all, I don't need the knife anymore, so I will clean that really soon. While I do that, I see that there's an ad coming up, so I will have to unfortunately put you all in the timeout chamber. I'll be doing this. Or yeah, I'll start cleaning up a little bit. I will not proceed with anything. While we have the ads, so everyone grab a snack, preferably sushi, and we will be right back. Where's my be right back screen? I have everything on like the... There it is. Grab a snack, we'll be right back. And we are back. Yeah, thank you for the heads up. But I did like test stuff with this, and there's like barely anything you can at all like notice in the reflection. Like the reflection is pretty hard to glean anything from. But even if you can actually see my face, I have a face mask on actually. So even if you see the reflection, you will not be able to like do anything with that. So thanks for telling me though. I do appreciate it. But don't worry, I am prepared. I take my privacy seriously. But yeah, I did not know that inari was like grilled tofu. I do know unagi, which is also like very tasty sushi. Um, and cream cheese with salmon, I have not tested that one out. I do like my salmon like raw as well. I like not raw, but like the smoked salmon, just straight up the smoked salmon. I also eat that sometimes. It's very tasty, to my defense. Uh, Good idea with the face mask. Yeah, I stole that idea. I think I've seen like VTubers already like do that if they do the cooking stream, like they all wear face masks. And even though I'm not like full on screen, which I would do if I had like a proper kitchen, I would definitely like do. I'd even do a cosplay basically. I do still have the bear ears that I wore to Ryukon. So if I ever have like a kitchen big enough to make an actual like nice production, then I totally like be on camera as well with like a face mask. Like there's many people that have my body shape. I don't mind if you like know what body shape I am. It's just the details that I don't want on the internet. Uh, Inari is not grilled. It is tofu skin, the thing that is left over from making tofu. Oh, okay. I see, I see. Yeah, no, I don't know if I had inari tofu, inari sushi. Don't think I had that before. I usually go for the ikanigiris, and I order them a bunch. I really love ikanigiris. So, one thing, we don't have a lot of rice left, so we will make a small amount, and then tomorrow in my private time I will make a lot more. Or if you really really want, we can like get some more rice ready. But I think in general, what I wanted to show everyone, we did. Okay, this is a little bit sad now. I don't think this will be enough for anything really. One can always try. Correction, it is deep fried tofu that is just made into pouches, which is then filled with the sushi rice. Oh, okay, okay. Let me grab something really quick. The old trusty spoon. So yeah, basically, let's try to make a little bit of something here. Like this will be the saddest tuna roll that was ever made. But this is like the most optimal thing for me to do right now, I think. So maybe if we roll it up like this, maybe something good can come out of this. Eh. 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 maybe. I mean, uh, yeah, I don't think this works. I think a lot more rice would have been necessary. Basically, I mean, you've seen me roll the cucumber roll, right? So basically, you do the same with the tuna, and like you'd usually get like a nice roll out of it. This one is like already not that great, unfortunately. Like it's all messed up in the middle because there was not enough rice in there. So technically you can like make a pouch here. Like this is a tuna pouch. I just invented this, I guess. This is your nori pouch. It has rice and tuna in it. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm so sorry. What I want to try actually, let's try this. This is the high protein tuna roll. I'll present to you the high protein tuna roll. Let's see if that works, like at all. One of the things that is very important while cooking, be ready to experiment. Because the best recipes have not been invented yet. There's probably something out there that you can invent just by messing around. So absolutely 100% do that. Some people might be offended by this. I hope these people will never find this video. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Can I just roll it up? I'll take like half these on this actually this time. Ah, it's sifting. The tuna is seeping into everything here, which might be to our advantage. We might be able to just glue the nori leaves together with the tuna juice. Maybe if I put this like this, the juices will just fuse the nori just by itself. there might be some way to do that. It is one of my, if not the favorite vegetarian option for sushi. At least I can glean you're not in cahoots with the devil's oregano now, given your roll game. Yeah! I mean, it's not really the same, but also yes. There's also cone-shaped nori foods as well. Oh, okay. Forgot the name. Temaki. Temaki, interesting. I've never rolled temaki. I didn't even know that existed. But yeah, actually, like the tuna, like the juices, they kind of glue this together a little bit. We did lose some tuna here, but that's fine. Like this is the inside. Doesn't look really sushi-like, but it is like pretty well like put together. I just added to those sushi rocks over here. Yeah, so that is my sushi experience. Hope you didn't hate it. I'll clean this up for now. Uh, and then I'll sharpen my knife live on stream, I think. Except if that is, I don't think that's at all against TOS. I don't think that can be laid out against TOS, right? Just sharpening my kitchen knife. Like if I like just take all of this, right? And then, how was it again? So I have this, like, right, the sharpener. Basically, I have these rods, right? So with these rods, you can, like, sharpen your knives. I shall clean my knife really quick to make sure it's clean. Okay, so let's make sure that these are like properly in there. You don't want to accidentally injure yourself with something that isn't properly in there. This one does not seem to be like, yeah, that's much better. Okay, basically, you want your knife as parallel to the or as orthogonal, I suppose. Like you want it to be basically as how do you say, like there's like a degree notice on the degree, and to achieve that you want the knife to be as vertical as possible. Like you want your knife to be as vertical as possible to sharpen it like this, and then you just go ahead and slice. While slicing, you start as far to the grip as possible, and you want to slide down and to the back, basically. And you do that like a bunch of times. That's how you sharpen this knife with this tool. And while you do that, you want to have the blade, as parallel to the block as possible. This is a lot harder to do, to make it visible on the camera, really. But I'll try like this maybe. And keep your fingers like away from this. Like try to not cut off your fingers by just having them far away. And that will start sharpening the knife. And you should do that like every month or so, I guess, in some cases, depending on like how good your knife is. And after that, you use these white ones, which are basically a finer like stone. Like these are basically whetstones, right? Just in rod form. And these are the finer ones. Like after you're done with the first one, which takes a lot longer than I just did, like you'll have a lot more to do than just a few swipes. But that is the general gist, basically, of how to sharpen the knife. I mean, if you make threads while sharpening it, that might be against that. Yeah, maybe. Also, thank you for the headpads. I hope they worked. Actually, I didn't see if they worked. Sometimes they don't, and I don't know why. But yeah, I don't want anybody to get hurt. Obviously, that is a thing that is important. So please be careful while sharpening the knife. That is like a thing you need to be very careful about. Like this can, if you don't know what you're doing, this can be not that optimal. So be very careful with this kind of utensil. But with that, that is the sharpening tutorial. Do that about once a month, I think. Once a month is probably the best approach. I will clean this now and put it away. Uh, this stuff I will clean up also in a minute. But for now, I also want to make a little kind of uh, serving tip, basically. Oh, I hope this is going to spill. Too much water in this. All right, that took a lot of concentration, but I have something prepared, which is a little bit of sake. This sake has been brewing, and oh, it's warm. Yeah, it's definitely ready. As a serving tip, you can, for example, use sake to like do the water trick, but with sake. That works wonderfully. And I also think, first of all, the sake is very, very nice tasting. Where's the bottle? I think this is the part where I put the stream on 18 plus. uh, they work perfectly. Also, personally, I stick with my whetstone. Definitely, if you can like afford the storage and the general thing, then yeah, definitely whetstones are like the thing to go. But I don't have that much space, and the setup that I have that like works perfectly to store it easily. But I don't have big like bowls to make sure my whetstones are like hydrated, the like that stuff. Because some of the whetstones I've seen, or like all of the whetstones I've seen, they need like bowls to be submerged in water for quite some time, and the whetstones themselves are very big. So you also have to have like a lot of space to like use those whetstones, but yeah. Also, yeah, this is the sake that I got. There's one that is also like has a different name and color, but this one is like also very good. I really like that one. So basically, you can use that also to make like your sushi, and you might have seen this one. This is a sugar cube. So what you can do is like do the following. First of all, you could take like the sake, which can you even like see that it is sake? I don't think so. You wouldn't even know it's sake. And you can take that, right? Like you can just drink that like that. It's like already very tasty. What you can also do is take a sugar cube, put it in there. I've learned this one, and just give your sake a little bit of sweetness with the sugar cube. And if you want to get a little bit fancy, because the sugar obviously does not dissolve like right away. You can either take some normal like wooden chopsticks or something like this, like a really nice metal chopstick, and just dissolve the sugar in there. Like that is also like a tasty way to do this. And it enhances the taste of the sushi. It really does. You don't understand how it enhances the taste that well. But basically the receptors on your tongue will be a lot more receptive if there is some kind of alcohol on them. So you can like make this experience a little bit sweeter like this. and then you can take your nice little salmon sushi, your what would it be? I don't know the basic name. What is the salmon sushi name? Which nigiri is it? I genuinely forgot. Like I know like a lot of nigiri, like tamago nigiri, ika nigiri, uh, unagi nigiri, but I don't remember the salmon one. What was it? I forgot. You'll have to look that up. Unfortunately, I'm 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 currently not. Let me Google that really quick. Uh, which is the salmon nigiri? Uh, Japanese name. Oh, apparently this one is called sake. Is it? It should be shake, no? Sake nigiri? Salmon in Japanese is sake. I guess this is sake nigiri. Which, interestingly enough, pairs very well with sake. Yeah, enjoy the sake and the sake, I guess. So yeah, cheers. It is a little bit crunchy. It is not supposed to be crunchy. So make sure to properly prepare your rice. It was not too awful, but definitely make sure your rice is not that crunchy. That does not help. Like that rice, God no, that rice did not have to be that crunchy, unfortunately. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's everything for today. I know it's a little bit of a short stream, but cooking does not take that much longer. I mean, if I wanted to like stretch this out, I could definitely like put up another bowl of rice, like make another rice, uh, make another bowl of rice. I could also show myself chopping up vegetables for tomorrow as well, so that I privately make some meals and I just show you the chopping of everything now. That would also be a thing that I could be doing, but I don't want to. That is not anything that I want to do right now. Uh, right, I was one more thing that I actually wanted to do that I kind of forgot. Uh, if you're using like wasabi, this is wasabi. If you're using wasabi, uh, first of all, if you've never had wasabi, that stuff is spicy. That stuff is so incredibly spicy. I cannot recommend to have more than like this tip, right? Like this tip. Not more than this. Test with not more than this little metal tip. That might actually already be too much for you. If you are really, really bad at handling spices, wasabi has a different burn as well. It's not like capsaicin. It definitely has a different burn, which you might want to make sure you're prepared for. And it also does not like. Usually for capsaicin, you can use milk, right? with wasabi, that will not be the case, really, and for most people. It's a different kind of burn, so be careful with wasabi if you've never had any. Other than that, there's not really any etiquette to wasabi other than don't put, like, if you put this packet of wasabi on any sushi, you might get weird looks, even if you can handle it. So don't do that. Because that's the same with soy sauce. This is soy sauce. If you put soy sauce, if you put your whole, like, if you dip your sushi, like, if you drown it in soy sauce, that is very disrespectful for the cook. It means you don't enjoy the sushi. So don't do that. Also, another thing you might want to know, sushi is usually eaten either with your hands or with chopsticks. Hands is basically preferred, but it does not matter if you use the chopsticks as well. You can use that for training. Nobody will look weird at you. Like, both ways are accepted. Just know that with hands it's probably easier. And like, most people don't use chopsticks for sushi. Like, that's usually not the way to do it. Except if you're like in some very high up household, then maybe. But sushi is a snack that you enjoy with your fingers usually. And one final thing, never ever take your chopsticks and ram them in your food and leave the food like that. That is an offer to the spirits. You're offering your food to the spirits. You can't eat that anymore. You've already offered those tasty sushi to your spirits, to the spirits. You can't eat that anymore. It belongs to the gods at that point. So don't put your chopsticks in your food like that. It's an offering to the gods. You can't eat that anymore. But yeah, I think that is everything I have for today. I'll be moving my microphone back to my desk, and we will be chatting for a few minutes, I guess. And then I'll rate you out. So let me quickly move everything. Alrighty. Wait, why is chat not here? Chat, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Chat. Chat. I refresh this. Chat is not going to show up because I refreshed it, but it should be now available again. Let's see. Nito also said, also leftover nori sheets can also be great snacks, either as is or roasted with a dash of sesame oil and seeds. Yeah, I actually do that sometimes. I just snack on the nori leaves. They're nice and crunchy, but if you don't like the taste or the consistency, you're gonna have a bad time. Like, maybe don't eat like a whole nori leaf first thing to test. I can't recommend to do that for anyone who might not like that. I definitely recommend to try stuff out like in small doses before doing stuff like that. Also make sure it's actually wasabi and not colored horseradish. Oh, I did not know that that's also a thing. I didn't know there was bootlegs wasabi in there sometimes. Now I'm scared, kinda. Yeah, chat is just not comfortable with showing up, I guess. What is going on in here? Let me like test. Like, does it show up now? Now it shows up. What the hell? Might be something of the new stuff. Also, you might have noticed while streaming, I mean, one thing that I can't do a lot about is that my model did not pick up all the movements, but you might notice that I'm at a low FPS, which is only because I'm using the NDI plugin, and I have yet to find out why that is. I have no idea why the NDI plugin, the very first time I used it, was working excellently, and now it's like having a fixed 15 FPS frame rate. I don't know why that is. I have to figure that out at some point, because the NDI version of using VTube Studio on Linux is a godsend. It just has to work in a better frame rate, but I'll figure that out eventually. So that will be a nice add-on. Nito says, anything in fast food, think of McDonald's etc., usually uses colored horseradish instead of actual wasabi. I didn't know McDonald's served wasabi. But yeah, they are, I think they are not allowed to sell it as wasabi then anyways, right? Like that is, like you can't sell that as wasabi if it's just colored horseradish. Because that would be not correct, right? Like that would be false advertisement. And that's illegal. So yeah, I guess make sure that the ingredients are actual like wasabi, I guess. I don't know what the actual ingredients for wasabi is actually. They did do a Asia theme thingy forever ago. Oh, okay, I see. And then they thought, hey, why don't we just sell like colored horseradish instead of actual wasabi, because that's cheaper, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. It is McDonald's. So that should be, yeah. I guess in general, be careful what you eat. Like there's a lot of stuff out there that they sell you to eat that first of all is not healthy, second of all is not 100% what you think it is. So best way to avoid stuff like that is obviously make your own food. But yeah, in general, just make sure that you look into the things that you are eating. I mean, the stuff that I showed you is like the stuff that comes with the package of sushi as well. Just the like average sushi package of ready sushi. And I do have like a proper wasabi as well, and proper soy sauce as well. So it's not like I'm like it's necessary for me to get them. So make sure you know what you eat. Yes, exactly. Like just make sure that the stuff you're putting in your body is actually not absolutely unhealthy. So I guess you can go by that. So let's see, because that is all for today already. Let's see who we can raid. I have by now, because I thought I don't need to raid messages, I have one raid message now, which is may the stars protect your realm. And as always, you don't need to use the the channel emote. Like that is not necessary to use. You can just copy everything without the channel emote, and that should be fine. Now, who do we want to raid? I think I have a raid target that I want to raid. Is there anyone doing anything related to cooking though? I don't think so. Nobody here who I want to raid. So I will be raiding someone who's who I usually don't get to raid. Yeah, something like that. Something in the realms of what Nito did. Thanks for the stream and take care. Yeah, absolutely. You too. Like, have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely day and night. And thanks to all my followers, my bot watchers, my chatters, my friends, and my lurkers. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely, lovely evening, day, and night. And we will be raiding Ominous, who is currently playing Under the Island, which looks kind of like a Zelda-like, I guess. So let's give him a nice little visit. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Monday will be Legend of Zelda again, so be prepared for that. My scheduled post is tomorrow, and I hope to see you around. Goodbye.